Here, a sick chook. We've had her in a hospital cage for about a week. I found her in this condition. As you can see, her tail is drooped and she just looks very unhappy. And she did have some diarrhea, so I put her in this hospital cage with the heat lamp and gave her some antibiotics for 3 or 4 days, and that seemed to help her immensely. She was eating and much happier, but then I noticed that she had fluid building up on her belly. In fact, last night when I picked her up, she even had fluid coming out from her mouth. So that tells me that she has what's known as ascites, which is a fluid buildup that happens to humans, dogs. It's basically when you have some kind of major organ failure. It could be the liver or the heart, and as those organs aren't functioning properly, the body starts to lose fluid out of the cells and it builds up in the body cavities. It's very, very uncomfortable. Now, what we're going to do is try and drain some of that fluid off her belly just to keep her more comfortable. Sometimes this can lengthen their life for a few months, weeks. It's just a procedure worth trying. And it certainly will make them comfortable in the moment. So that's what we're going to do now. It's a bit high. Now, I've checked to make sure she isn't egg bound. She's off the lay, but it doesn't appear to be any eggs or hard masses in her belly. It does seem to be fluid. She's not that old. She's probably only about 4 years old. In a much older bird, the belly gets really, really distended. But with Margo, it doesn't look too bad. So I was surprised to realise how much fluid she had in her last night. Anyway, I'm just going to wrap her in a towel. That'll just keep her calmer and easier for me to find her belly. And then we're going to try and get some fluid out using a catheter and a syringe. I might just make that a little bit tighter. Now, some chickens will just lie on their backs without a towel, but I like the towel because it just means you can easily pick them up, and it also gives them sort of stimulation around their body, and so they're less likely to notice the syringe and the needle. All right. I'm just going to pop her here, and you'll need to come around so you can see what I'm doing. And this way, she's upright enough that all the fluid is going to drain to the bottom of her body. All right. And what I need to do, we always go in on the right side because their organs are on the left. The oviducts where they make the eggs are on the left. But the right side here, you can feel that it's just like a balloon filled with water down here, and I just need to find a section, and I'm going to use an alcohol swab just to clean it up and sterilise it a little bit before I put anything in there. And I've also got some hydrogen peroxide because I've only got the one swab on me. And then you can see the area much better. You see she's got some droppings on her feathers there, so it's definitely not, her tummy's not really clean. That looks like a good spot. As you can see, she's pretty calm, but she's feeling pretty ill, so she probably doesn't have much energy. And I might just get some more liquid on there. So I can see what I'm doing. You could cut it away with some scissors too if you wanted to, just so you can see better what you're doing. So down here the skin's pretty thin. There's not really any major blood vessels or anything to get in the way. And with ascites, because there are other conditions that can cause their belly to swell if they're egg bound, which is not very common, but it's more common. They have egg peritonitis, where the egg yolk is forming in their abdomen and it doesn't have a shell, and they've literally got egg in there. The fluid's very different. It's like egg yolk, but what I'm expecting to come out here is a clear to sort of slightly yellowy fluid, and that's ascites fluid. So I've got an 18 gauge needle. You can go down to a 14 gauge, which is a bit thicker, so you've got more fluid coming out faster, but this is all the vet could supply me with today. And I've got a 30cc syringe. So I'm going to stick the needle in, and then I'm going to pull it out and leave the catheter in there, and then I'm going to attach the syringe to the catheter and try and pull some fluid out.